and today we're going to talk a little bit about cannabinoids. I am as live. I'm going to talk about cannabinoids. I have learned so much, so I have a little bit of a presentation about why cannabinoids are important in our body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this all over. I want because it's so important. It's so important to know. Did you know that cannabinoids in marijuana uh, and let's see, in hemp, the cannabinoids in the non-psychotropic medication or medical marijuana are the same ones that are occurring naturally in our body. Our body tends to feel more pain the less we know about the less. Wait, I'm doing too many things at once. So what I want to do is talk a little bit about the cannabinoids. All right, what are cannabinoids and why are they so important? So I'm going to start with that. Let's see, share to a group. Let me see, meerkats. Let's see. Okay, if I'm in your group and you don't want me to be, kick me out. All right, so I'm going all over. I'm posting all over because this here is something we all want to know about, right? We all want to know about cannabinoids. And there's a lot of us with MS who've had MS so advanced or so long, like 30 plus years with me, that I don't want to be high. I just don't want to be high. I wake up high. I wake up, so I need something to clear the fog. Right? Hi, Paul. Okay, so cannabinoids. Why are they so important? Uh, uh, First of all, there are four different types of cannabinoids. There's THC-A. It's called tetrahydrocannabinolic acid. It's non-psychoactive cannabinoid. It's good for those of us who have spasticity. It helps reduce the pain. Uh, uh, THCV is tetrahydrocannabivarian or variant. It's found in certain strains. THC is let's see, CBD is all right. Just a second, let me. So I want to talk a little bit. Okay, all right. Let me. Okay. How do cannabinoids work? All right. How do they work? Uh, Photocannabinoids are different from endocannabinoids or endogenous cannabinoids, which are produced by the human body. Endocannabinoids are neurotransmitters located in the peripheral and central nervous system and form the complex network known as endocannabinoid system. That means that even if we're not around medical marijuana, our bodies, each of us has a cannabinoid system, endocannabinoid, which works with the neurotransmitters that help relieve different symptoms. Uh, so by introducing cannabinoids into our system through CBD oil or THC, different strands, we can lessen the symptoms we're having, maybe even eliminate it. I mean, if your body needs more of something, give it. So, thinking emotions, motor system. All right, CB1 receptors are located in the parts of the brain that control memory, thinking, emotions, and motor skills. CB2 receptors naturally occurring, found in the central nervous system and the immune systems and throughout the body. What do they do? All right, let me continue my lesson. What do they do? All right, people and animals have this system, these cannabinoids in their system, and it regulates pain, appetite, mood, memory, motor function, and much more. But its primary function is believed to be maintaining homeostasis. In layman's terms, this means the body is injured or affected by some external factor. The cannabinoid system, ECS, starts working to keep the body's operation running smoothly. When our body does not produce enough endocannabinoids, which is a natural system of pain regulation in our body, then the system cannot function properly. In other words, let's see. On the other hand, consuming cannabinoids from the cannabis plant improves the communication between the cannabinoids and the cannabinoid receptors. That means that we're giving our body as much of the receptors to manage these situations or these symptoms. To give you an idea, wait, let me go back. Hi, guys. Hi, Patricia. I'm not saying hi to you. Hi, Mace. Hi, Jonathan. Hi, Sarah. And the reason why I wanted to say this is that I discovered in doing taking classes now and reading, I have discovered that there are so many strains that, wait, let me go back here, so many strains that affect, uh, let's see, all right, that affect our mood, our appetite, our primary function. All right, let me go back. All these things, there are strains that can modify how you feel each for each symptom. Meaning, let me see if I can get the right slide. All right, here we go. Let's see. Okay, there is different terpenes, and different terpenes. There's 113 terpenes that trigger the cannabinoids to work in your body. So it's a combination of what you're trying to achieve. If you do not want to be high, it's got to be a low, a certain THC, a certain. But to give you an idea, caffeine is it's let's see. It helps with cardiovascular diseases. Uh, it also helps liver detoxify. Let's see. It helps. Let's see. Reduce cholesterol. Okay. camping. Okay, let's see. Next. Carafine. You've tasted it in cinnamon, black pepper, and cloves. Thai basil, famous for its original spicy aroma. It's often used in the chewing gum industry, but it's powerful with CB2. It's got cannabinoids in it. It's been known to fight cancer. It helps arthritis, chronic neuropathic pain. So, for example, preventing neuro kidney toxicity. Exactly. They're trying to, it's a big word, but then I'm thinking, yeah, I can see the roots there. It's kidney toxicity, which is triggered by some anti-cancer drugs. Uh, different here is different medical marijuanas, sour diesel, churn dog, super silver, news, and wedding cake has a lot of those. Uh, but they're good for people with MS. They're good for us. All right. Let me continue. Okay. Okay, myrcene. Myrcene, very similar to clover in its aroma. Myrcene is the most common terpenes in cannabis, and they're in more than 50% of essential oils. That's why sniffing essential oils increases the CB1 receptor for all right, and so, but you got to be careful about myrcene because it has a psychotropic effect. It's really good uh, at treating insomnia. So I guess you get in bed so you don't get the munchies, and you allow that to make you sleepy. You resist getting out of bed to eat, right? Resist it. All right, Lena Tool. Let's say no, Lena Lou. It doesn't remind you of something lavender. It's an aroma, and this is a terpenoid. Uh, all right, and was it Frank? Frank, you talked a little bit. If you're watching this, you talked a little bit about does smoking marijuana does that damage your lung? And if it has high linalool terpenoid in it, it is one of the best marijuana terpenoids out there. Heavy tobacco users could reduce lung inflammation by using it. Uh, it restores cognitive and emotional functioning. Very interesting in Alzheimer's patient. It boosts our immune system. Uh, so so definitely look at Linaloo. Linaloo. All right. So I have a lot of issues. All right, you are on top chat, not live chat. Top chat. All right, what does that mean? Sarah? Top chat, live chat. All right. I don't want to. All right. I know that you're saying that I'm not on top chat. I'm on top chat on YouTube. I don't know. Okay, so what I wanted to say is that there's these natural occurring cannabinoids in our body, and what I've learned is that studying this, you can get the combination. There is a terpenoid. Let me put this. Let's see. Uh, there's a terpenoid that curbs your appetite. There's one for anxiety, and it's called limonene. Uh, it's absorbed quickly, and it's in our bloodstream. It's an antifungal and antibacterial uh, uh, properties, and it's useful against many infectious diseases. They're using it for treatment for breast cancer. They're researching it. It reduces appetite. What the heck's wrong with that? It makes you more active and energetic. And you'll see when you smell sour diesel. They're talking about sour diesel and OG Kush are strains that might be the right choice for us. Uh, um, so I'm gonna write that down. You know, I've got a lot of notebooks around, to write down stuff. But my favorite is on the back of the envelope, a mortgage. I love that. All right. So we want to put down sour, all right, diesel. All right, I'm gonna look into that. Oh, diesel and OG Kush has limonene. Okay, so we have to look there. That's something I definitely want. All right, so all right, limonene. Okay, let me tell you. All right, pinene, pin, pinene. All right, pinene. It Pinene lowers the effects of THC in our body and our mind. As the name suggests, it's in pine woods. It's an excellent antiseptic, and it's known for its anti-cancer properties. It doesn't. Uh, okay, so if you have cancer, that is the one for you. Okay, we did myrcene. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around. Um, Only because my slideshow presentation is not up to stuff. You guys, all right, let me see. Okay, I'm about to go back to. Okay, all right. I don't know. All right, limonade, sour diesel, and okay Kush, limene. So to me, that is my next thing I'm going to be researching. By the way, I did not do any medical marijuana today, which didn't do that. But what I did is because every day I'm supposed to be doing the cannabis or the cannabinoids which are the CBD oil, and I have a tar I showed you that you have to build that up in your system. It's a full spectrum tar, supposedly with all of it in there, and you're supposed to take that every day to build it up in your system to see if it's supposed to work. All right, so this is what I'm doing. This is let me look at you more. That there, I'm looking at you more because I'm looking at the computer, trying to read my slideshow, do my envelope. All right, read your comments. Uh, so, are there any questions about anything I've said so far? Are there any questions? I'll tell you what. Smoking. Yesterday, I'm separating things into. There's one, the one that's the vape pen, and I'll tell you, it's low on THC. It's relaxing, but it relieves pain to a certain extent. But I get a little bit of the munchies, so I perceive it as my stomach's a little upset. So I'm not thrilled with that. The other one, which has a very low THC, very low, and remember the THC, the psychoactive formula in that is supposed to give the CBD a boost. It's supposed to make that. Hi, Jane. Now, Daria, I'm in Maryland. But again, depending on your state, uh, it is what I've researched it. It is hi Sandy. It is legal. Medical marijuana is legal in most all of the states, so you can actually get it. Uh, I know Dennis, if Dennis can get here, Dennis is in what, Minnesota? No, he's in Michigan. And he drives just over the border to another state. So we can do that. So another state where if you live in a state that if you live in a state that it's medical marijuana or marijuana has been approved for recreational use, it's okay. You know what? Try it, try it. And Daria is saying that there's a great dispensary in Maryland run by women. What is the name of that dispensary? Uh, yeah, as far as it being run by men or women, I don't care who runs the dispensary, whether it's a man or a woman. What I care about is how they can educate me. I need answers to my questions. So, and it's interesting. They specialize in chronic conditions, and that's good because you guys know. My very first time, I met with a nurse, and she recommended the CBD oils, no THC, nothing, very little. The chewables, and one thing I'll tell you is that I don't like the taste of my tongue of any of the orals. I just don't. And the tinctures, I just don't like it. I don't like it. So none of that CBD oil was relieving my pain, and that was. So I went in the other day. It was last Monday, when I had so much pain, I had a urology appointment, I had physical therapy. So at 4 o'clock, I pulled into this dispensary. I walked in and I said, I am very close to pulling the plug on this experiment, going back to narcotics. And I do not want to take a narcotic after 4 o'clock because I know I won't be sleeping until 5 in the morning. So 12 hours. So what I need for you is to give me something that I can walk out of the dispensary and go home and get out of pain immediately. I don't care about the teeth. I don't care. I want, in case of emergency, break glass. So she gave me two things. One, she said, could make you dizzy, and I was like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. So it was, the other one was lower. So, and that's the vape I got. And I like what Sarah said. Sarah said, if you can afford, this medical marijuana stuff, the CBD, going natural or going is expensive. It is cheaper to get the narcotics at the pain clinic, but the problem I had is that the anesthesiologist, the pain expert, uh, the problem is that they ordered me to be on a narcotics regimen that gets you as high as a kite. No, dizzy. I said, you know what? If I'm going to be high, no, I, and they test you for marijuana. It's like, wait a minute. You want me to be high on narcotics, but you don't want me to try this marijuana. So what I did is I've got enough narcotics for emergency. I got enough. I got enough. I don't want narcotics. So I decided I'm gonna, for 6 months, I'm going to try to make this work. Uh, can I afford it? Not really. Who can afford it? Who can afford it? But when you're sitting there and you're thinking, what's the point? My symptoms. When you ask yourself, have I outlived the usefulness of my body? Narcotics are cheap. My co-pays are. I met my max out of pocket, so they're like, well, let me think. Uh, co-pays with all the narcotics. It's probably $150 a month for 5 months, and then it's free. Okay, so 100. So if I only spend $150 a month, then so if I put, all right, I wrote down Greenway. All right, what is good for your health? General CBD, all of it, all of it, a full spectrum CBD oil to build up the cannabinoids in your body is the best to start. Just because once that gets it'll take, it's kind of like an antidepressant, it'll take a while to build up in your system, but if you can stay on the regime, stay doing the CBD oil and allow it to build up in your system, uh, then it'll help remove the pain. You'll get a lot of the benefits. uh, there's a CBD nighttime thing. It's called Relax, and I'll eat one at night. And I just don't like how it feels on my tongue. And so I'm constantly brushing my teeth. So if you eat one, yeah, you feel all relaxed. But what I do feel is I'm less spastic. That's and I'm less dizzy. Uh, and it's very little THC. It does have, I believe, it's 2 milligrams of the psychotropic chemicals in it, but it's good. It's a good thing to have. So what I say is I'm not an expert, uh, and the way the best way to learn about CBD oil is go to a dispensary, pull up, and ask if you can talk to uh, their medical expert and interview them. Tell them your goals. Make a list of your goals. Also, ask them about the terpenes, the limonene. Uh, do that. Ask them about that. Also, so I said, so, all right, I don't know what that means. Uh, all right, let's see. I'll look into that. I'll look into that, Gary. Daria. I'll look into that. So, are there any questions? Hi, Sharia. Are there any questions? All of a sudden, I was like, where is my water? I need some more of that 4C energy stuff. But yeah, you know what? Hi, Sharia. So the best thing to do, Sarah, is decide how much of your income you're going to put aside for that. Now, of course, when I pulled into the dispensary, which is where everybody should start, so, if you want the cheapest, hi Nikki, the cheapest way uh, to education and to make that happen, pull into a dispensary and ask them, how do I get relief? How do, how do, just keep asking questions. Hi, Rom. Hi, Rob. But just ask questions. Ask questions. So, all right. So, did I? Okay. You talking about budgeting. So, what it's good is to, I think, to get the medical marijuana card uh, in the state of Maryland. What it takes $50 to get the card. The dispensary has uh, the doctor, the cheapest doctor that can subscribe you the amount because you need to get a subscription or prescription. You have to get a prescription from the doctor. Right? When I call my general practitioner, they said, "Oh, you've got to come in. It costs $200 and it's not covered by insurance." Said, heck, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. Uh, so I talked to the dispensary, and they were able to get me. with a doctor who gave me a military discount, and it cost $20. Cost $20. So $20 is 10% of what the doctor said. They also have discounts for people on Medicare and on Social Security, senior, uh, if you're over a certain age. So don't give into the peer pressure when you call your trusted doctor and they're in the racket of uh, charging the most amount of money. Okay, so Nikki said, does anyone use any of the medicines for MS? I'm on Copaxone. Someone, you know what, Nikki, and I'll tell you what, I was on Copaxone in the study program to get it approved. It's called COP 2 then. COP, no, COP, what's it, COP 1 or COP 2? So I just saw anyway. So you know what? The worst part, I was on it for gosh, 15 years, maybe 10 years, and your body gets used to it after a while, or my body did. The worst part of Copaxone is the burning injection site. That is the worst part of Copaxone. It's numbing that area with ice, and then because it also, I think it's good for liposuction because when I was injecting it in my stomach, I had little craters, so I think it melted fat. So what is it? If I could spread out, I think when you give yourself a Copaxone shot, it's good to do the Z-track method, right? You hold the skin and you pull the skin aside, and then you put the needle in, right? And then when you pull the needle, you inject it, and you pull the skin, let the skin go over the hole, right? It'll keep medicine in in there, and that's true if you do with Avonex, Betas, any of the injections. So once it's in, rub it like crazy. Rub it, massage it, especially with Copaxone, because it's got that fat, uh, uh, destroying tendency. So if you rub it all around, so it you won't have like cellulite pockets that eventually go away. I don't know whether it goes away because you just eat, you pocket the fat, or you do crunches. I don't know. So to give you an idea, uh, I have been, Nikki, I've been on a lot of the first line medication, second line. I've been 30 plus years of MS. I've been on so many medications. But again, we do medications, disease modifying medications, which you can go to msfrontiers.org and see the list. It's not an updated list, and the reason why is the list that I have compiled there is a list of effectiveness. Uh, they don't, no longer does the pharmaceutical industry list how effective a medication is preventing an attack against a placebo. They'll say, well, we tested I love that 4C energy rush thing. I'm out of it, by the way. So D is back. Remember, I've been telling you about the energy rush, the 4C, but anyway, got it from Dig. Love you. Love you. That's amazing stuff. So, all right, there's disease modifying medications that we take if we have active MS. and we make sure it's working, but we get the MRIs and we do that. And then there's also medications we take for symptom control, like spasticity, like paresthesia. Some people they take Lyrica for pain. Let me think. What you take baclofen for spasticity. You take ditropan or Detrol or Vesicare for bladder. Uh, so there's just tons of information out there. So when you go to msfrontiers.org, look at the disease modifying medications for MS in the order of effectiveness. Back when each one was tested against what it a placebo, and I tried like crazy to go through the paperwork and look at all of the research done on these new medications, how it compares to not taking it. Where we knew that beta-seron kept us 30% from having attacks. That means that if we took it every other day, we took the shot, and granted, it made us feel like crap. If we took it, we had a 30% chance of not having an MS attack. And we were so excited. There was a lottery to be able to take this. Well, fast forward, now they have medications that give you a 75 to 80% prevention. That's 80% chance of not having an attack, especially if you have active aggressive MS. And I gotta tell you, I have to tell you, I'm in physically difficult, really challenged state. And part of the reason is because I didn't have a doctor that was checking my CD19 levels every month or so to see that I am in the possibility of having another attack. So she took me off of medication long enough that I ended up having a catastrophic attack, one that ended up coming back and causing me difficulties that are really hard to come by. So hard to get over. Dizziness. I can't walk without a walker because I'm too dizzy. I'm all right. Let's see. Okay. Nikki, let's see. Sarah's on Copaxone, and she like, yeah, Copaxone is listed. I believe it's listed at 40% effective. But if it's working for you, um, again, the 40%. If you're in that 40% range and it's working for you, then you know what? Use a squirt gun to keep it effective. If you're getting an MRI and you're making sure that it's holding you, the medication is keeping you from having an attack, then it's true. Tisabri, I'll say, is fantastic. I that was my favorite. But you got to be careful about Tisabri. It's 70%, between 70 and 80% effective. But there's always a risk and a reward. Tisabri is better. Gina, very important. All sites. You know what? Gina says litho. lipohydropathy. So that is when I was talking about, hi Maury, when I was talking about Copaxone causing dimples, uh, it's Gina is, yeah, Gina. All right. And let me tell you something, Gina. I fired my Hopkins neurologist who was bullying me into uh, getting a treatment and not maintaining the, difference in treatment. So I went to another neurologist who, by the way, has a standard order. Once a month, he wants me to get blood work to check my CD19 levels. He wants to know when that level is above 1%, he wants to treat me for getting the CD19 level down. Uh, uh, and I would ask your neurologist, Gina, why does he refuse? It's very strange. It's very strange. Uh, Ocrevus, like rituximab, is uh, let's see, CD that affects your CD19 levels. So one of the things you can do is get it every 6 months, which is the protocol, or you can find out exactly what the medication's doing, right? So where whereas I take rituximab, instead of me going every 6 months, every once a year, my new neurologist, who's been my neurologist for 9 months, he said, look, it's been 9 months since you had your CD19 checked, you had your medication. I want you every month after 6 months to be checked. I want to see at one point do does your CD19 levels return? Uh, uh, and it's wonderful. He wants to do that because if the Johns Hopkins neurologist did this when I was going down there, if I would have never had that attack because we would have known that CD19 level. So it would have been like, oh boy, you are prime for an attack. So it's good just to know that. So I have this standing CD19 order to the point where I just had this done after 9 months. I had this checked, and guess what? It comes back where it's below one. It's below 1%. So he wants me to have it done again next month. But you know what? I'm going to go every 2 months. I appreciate how aggressive he is. But thank you for the time check, mates. But it's. I want to be the lazy one. I want an aggressive doctor to say, "Get your blood checked." No, no, because what's great about this doctor, Dr. Becker. What is great about Dr. Becker is that if you're one of his patients, you are not going to get worse on his watch. He's going to do everything. Granted, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, your physical therapy, it's a pain in the butt. But guess what? It you're not going to get worse on his watch, and that is rare to have a neurologist like that. And I'll let you know how you can use your own neurologist like this is either look and shop for a new MS neurologist that believes in checking that CD19. If you're on Ocrevus, if you're on rituximab, or now there's a generic rituximab, which I'll have to do. Um, get that taken care of. Get that test. Get that test. Or just be like, you know, just go with the flow. Just, be like the assembly line. Time to get the Ocrevus, time to get the rituximab. It's all based on time. Uh, so so you got to be careful when it comes to that. Uh, and again, don't look to change treatments if you're on a lower successful uh, uh, medication, right? But it's working for you. And the way you know is because they do MRIs and they're like, and you know what? Hi, Michael. The great thing. Oh, I like that. Am I your princess? That's wonderful. Michael just said I'm his princess. Uh, that is so it's good to know these things and to stay on your medication. Your neurologist, if you think you're having an attack, right? Your neurologist will send you to a MRI, get an MRI right away so that they can tell whether your medication is working or not. If you're having a flare and you're an attack, an exacerbation, and you have MS and you're on Copaxone, and they can see that there is active inflammation going on, well, guess what? That neurologist will be like, uh-oh, we got to change medication. Uh, you know what? Well, what you can do, Gina, all right, I know Gina's neurologist said that checking the CD19 levels are relevant. What you can do is print out the proof that she's wrong and either email it to her, send it to her, the pro, or go with another neurologist. Look, I know in Canada, it's a little different, a little different. I'm having it. Hi, Karen. All right, let's see. Okay, well, you know what? If again, it's you can't get mad at a doctor for not checking uh, your CD19 levels if the doctor doesn't know that they should be doing that, and that you don't know that the doctor should be doing that. It is a measure of the success that the medication is effective. Uh, so you got to ask Gina. You ask the neurologist, why am I getting Ocrevus? Why am I getting it? Why? What is it doing? Well, honestly, they say if they know anything about the drug, they'll say, well, wait a minute, it's killing CD19. It's a cell cluster. You guys will see that. I often say, all right, you've got a cell. This is a cell. See my fingers? My fingers represent uh, um, just 5 of the 100 cell designators. Each cell designator, all right, on there tells this cell, all right, tells the cell what its job to do. CD19, all right, let's see here. That's only 10, so I get my toes up. CD19, we'll just say this finger, CD19. All right, Ocrevus or rituximab, it kills CD19. What is CD19? CD19 tells the cell that the myelin sheath is bad. That oh boy, we've got to attack the myelin sheath. So it kills this CD cell cluster. That's why it's known as a monoclonal. Monoclonal. It is not radical chemotherapy. It is not even chemo. It kills one cell cluster. Ocrevus. It kills one cell cluster. That's why they say be careful about getting uh, um, additional injections of anything else that kills another cell designator, CD, right? And they say that the vaccination kills CD5. So if you kill too many of these cell designators, you kill too many, you now have shut off the cell's ability to go through the body. It gets on a white blood cell, go through the body and fight infections. So if you take Ocrevus, if you take that and yeah, if you're able to take that, right? And I'm sorry, I got thrown off because so you're taking one cell designator. It's important to know, well, if I'm taking Ocrevus or rituximab, why am I taking it? You're taking it to kill the CD19. If your neurologist doesn't know that, then you're not. That's scary stuff, uh, because that is the measure on whether the medication is working. Uh, if they're not doing that, then they're just sitting back giving you the Ocrevus, and they're sending you to MRI if that is problem. Uh, Cherie is talking about a friend who has MS. It's dying of stage 4 pancreatic cancer. That it's too bad. I'm sorry about. Yeah. You know what? There's a lot of death going on right now. A lot of death, and again, we just a lot of death. A lot of people are coming to me and asking for prayers. A lot of people, uh, one of my friends came up to me. She said she's got a very good friend who lives in another state, who's a young woman who has brain cancer now, and it's so I don't know what's causing these uptakes uh, on this, but cancer is a terrible thing. But so is multiple sclerosis. So is living with the uncertainty of this day and age. Gosh, it could be really scary if we don't look up, if we don't give thanks and appreciate the love we have for each other. And we're going to figure out how we can make the most of life with what we have. Again, whether we're diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, brain cancer, or whether it's hard to get off the couch, or whether lifting your toes, right? Remember the physical therapy, lift your toes. Lift your toes. We're trying to lift our toes and try to do ankle circles. That used to be an easy thing to do. Well, it's hard now, but we have to do it. We have to make the most of life. So, carpe diem, is it carpe diem? All right. Seize the day. You seize the day. Get out there. Have a wonderful day. I hope I made CBD oil and medical marijuana and terpenoids. I hope I made it a little bit more understandable. Please subscribe. Follow me if you are watching this and you like these videos. Uh, Subscribe to YouTube. I'm on Dulci Gina on YouTube. I love you all. Go to msfrontiers.org and look at the resources. And let me pray us out. Let me pray us out because I believe that we're all brought together. Lord, I believe you bring us all together just to make peace, comfort in this world. So much of us live in pain. We live in pain. We live in pain for watching people dying around us, watching things we can't control, including through our bodies and our loved ones and illness. Lord, it's just too much. It's just too much. And I'm asking you to come into the lives of each one of us, comfort us, and embolden us, lift us up to do what is right, to be a blessing with the with all the gifts you've given us, Lord, not for us to take advantage or take it for granted. Uh, in Jesus' name, I give thanks. Amen. I rambled on that prayer. But I love you all. Again, please subscribe, and we will see you. Hi, Andy, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Get out and seize the day. I'll talk to you soon.